I'll never forget that day. It was our very first Passion into Action Women's experience. It was in January, the middle of winter, and I wake up Saturday morning and it is snowing outside, dumping snow. And the phone rings. And I think it's women calling to say, has the event been canceled? Can I get my money back? But instead, it was women saying, is there still room? Can I still get in? Are there still tickets available? And I show up at the event, and there are hundreds of extraordinary women there, coats piled a mile high, and women on the floors. We got as many women in there as possible. It was an event like I've never experienced before. It was the beginning of something magical.
Passion into Action is probably the single most empowering conference I've ever gone to. It was amazing to see all of these women from what I think of as my own small town, and to realize just how much power we all had together, you know, and how much talent we all had, and how willing to share that we all were, and how receptive everyone was.
There's a shift happening in the world right now, and part of that means that we are no longer the observers. We are no longer the observers. We are now part of the solution. And that means that we're not going to be participating as much in events where we're listening to talking heads. We actually want to be part of it. And so Passion into Action is a platform to serve women to be engaged, hands-on work like getting your hands dirty, to connect with other women, like-minded women, and to recognize your worth, your value, and your voice. There was nothing really like that in rural communities where we live. And so PIA now serves as this platform, this incredible platform for women in our community and beyond, to help serve their greatest gifts and talents, their purpose, which is why we are all here, and their passion, which is how you're going to get there. It's a launch pad now for women like my friend Mary Elizabeth, who actually changed careers and just published her first book after Passion into Action.
So what I love about the conference is we get to explore our passions, but then in this conference in particular, I thought some of the great speakers came out and said, what action are we going to commit to? So a couple of people stood up, and I thought, it's now or never. If I have a voice that I want to use and I need to use, it's time. And if I want to do it in a way, in a place where I can feel supported and further inspired, and perhaps inspire others, there's no better place than this group of women who've just been through a couple of days of great speakers about this exact topic. So I stood up and I said, I'm running for Congress in District 1, and there was a gasp of surprise, and then the women around me started clapping, and then the room started clapping, and then people started standing up. And it was the most thrilling thing one of the most thrilling things I've experienced in my life. It was a really big moment, and in hindsight, I think somehow my gut knew that to do this in a supportive place was exactly the way to start, to give me the strength to carry this on, which I've now carried on for a year. I've been doing this for a year since then, and that moment and that group of women and that support, that's in my heart all the time.
I came into Passion into Action to teach a personal writing workshop, and I left with the idea for pretty well. And I was implementing it. I was in stores 4 months after Passion into Action.
The idea of bringing women together and letting us giving us an atmosphere in which we can form our own networks, we can meet other people who share our passion. That's the magic of Passion into Action.
You know, I love being at Passion into Action. I find that the women who come are really ready to engage. I find that it kind of feeds my soul to get to be with rural women who I think really rock and are part of the answer to what the world needs right now.
To my mind, women coming together when they are looking at the big picture and when they're sharing their experience, there is a commonality of wanting something better for the future world, for our children, and for the world that they live in. It's not a conference where we're competing with each other or we're compartmentalizing ourselves into I'm an art person or I'm a this person, but I'm not the other kind. It brings us together. It's collaborative. It has kind of as a base level this idea that we support one another and that we do so that we can go out in the world and do more. So it supports us taking care of ourselves in a quiet way, but it encourages us to go out in the world and be more active.
When I first walked into River Highlands Ranch, I was just kind of flabbergasted. It's a gorgeous space, and the main room is just large enough to contain all of that great energy that comes in, and then you have this beautiful outside space. The slumber party, it's been so long since I've had a good slumber party, especially one that included like dancing and movies and popcorn and like just good old-fashioned women taking time for themselves. Like you stop doing that after you're a little girl. Like you stop thinking that falls to the bottom of the priority list.
It's worth clearing your calendar to come to Passion into Action because you will see your possibilities reflected in the leadership and actions of other women in ways that you might not imagine otherwise. And it will open possibilities for you that may really ignite your leadership, your purpose, and your own fulfillment in your life.
Well, I often say, don't be a Dick, be a Jane. I mean, how long can we keep encouraging ourselves and other women and men to lean into these broken systems, these systems that no longer serve us, no longer serve our greatest gifts or talents or strengths? How long? I mean, it's our time now to lean into our own style, to be our best selves. I often say that these broken systems, the Dick systems that we often function in, were dreams once too. With this new system, instead of just relying on a very few to support an event like this and support our roadshow and media program that we are developing for 2015, that just like CJ do, it relies on the voice and participation of you, of every single person. Because believe it or not, you truly matter. And we need your support. Whether that is just acknowledging another woman to say how incredible she is, to share your own voice, or on a monetary level to be able to contribute and support us in Passion into Action and women just like you, whether that's $5, $100, $1,000. It is our time, and with the support of everyone, we're able to enhance this program. And this enables women, all women, to have access to this event and beyond. And I want to thank in deep gratitude to Rocket Hub for providing this platform for us to share our story. And again, thank you for everything you do, because you matter and your voice is so important right now.
Don't follow your dreams, lead them.